Chefs, you have arrived at the chopping block.
I'm your host and chopped enthusiast, Samantha Seneviratne.
I open it up and that bad boy is solid as a rock.
Oh my gosh. Once you overturn it, there's no going back.
And I'm here to make you unchoppable.
You've been chopped.
By correcting common mistakes from chopped history. Let's see what today's lesson is, shall we? Oh no, there's only one thing this could be, the dreaded ice cream machine. I think this is supposed to be vanilla ice cream, but it looks a little bit like vanilla soup and some solid butter.
This is overchurned. You can see it over here. Like even if I run my fingers through it, I get butter.
Your ice cream was overturned, and those were some of the reasons why you've been chopped.
Your ice cream was overchurned, and for that reason, you've been chopped.
Am I the only one who gets nervous when I see a contestant jump to the ice cream machine? Wow. The ice cream machine is more versatile than it gets credit for. It doesn't always have to be used to make ice cream. Using appliances in non-traditional ways shows the judges that you have creativity, getting you closer to that winning dish. I love making unique desserts for my friends. Today, I'm gonna show you how to put a curveball on a traditional ice cream dish. I'm gonna use the ice cream machine to make a delicious frozen mocha. So let's take a look inside our basket and see what we're working with. We have some espresso, some extra bittersweet chocolate, some heavy cream, and some hazelnuts. I have all my ingredients here, so let's get started. Okay, so now we can get started making the base of our frozen mocha. Before you start cooking, have ready a parchment-lined baking sheet sprayed with nonstick cooking spray. We have a medium bowl here, and to that I'm going to add some chocolate syrup. Try not to lick the spatula. Some espresso, heavy cream, and some half and half. So this is not really a traditional ice cream base. There's no egg yolks. We also don't need to cook it like we would a traditional ice cream base, which makes this a lot easier. We're sort of going for a milkshake consistency. I'm gonna get my ice cream machine base from the freezer. So what an ice cream machine does is cools your base down at the same time as adding air. So that gives it that nice, light, creamy texture. So I'm gonna add my base to the frozen insert to my ice cream maker, and we'll set that on the machine to churn. So I'm gonna let my base churn while I make my hazelnut praline. So we're gonna start by making a very, very basic caramel. I like to put the water in first, basically to prevent any of the sugar crystals from hitting the side of the pan. So once I have my water in there, we'll dump the sugar in. I'm just trying to get everything moist, like wet sand. I'm gonna turn the heat on. You wanna leave it alone and let it do its thing. You can swirl the pan gently, but don't stir it and don't introduce any extra tools. Just find something else to do with your hands. But the truth is, if your sugar does crystallize and you see those scary bumps, you'll know when it happens. You can always just throw in a little bit of water, and that'll usually bring it back. I know that you're probably worried that I have some sugar in the center that's not fully dissolved, but trust me, it's gonna work itself in. We just have to have a little bit of faith in the caramel. Don't get stressed. You just have to show it who's boss. I really believe that. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the heat because it's gonna continue to cook a little bit, even afterwards. Look at that, the perfect color, the perfect caramel. I'm gonna toss my hazelnuts in there, some vanilla extract, and some fine sea salt. Now we can stir it up. This is perfect, so I'm gonna knock it out of the pan right away. Look at that. Perfect color, beautifully toasted nuts. Now we'll just let this cool completely, and then we can chop it up and toss it in some chocolate. So now we wanna dip our praline in some melted chocolate. So I'm gonna pop this in the microwave in 30-second increments. Chocolate burns very, very easily, so you really don't wanna blast it in the microwave for too long. Just check on it every once in a while. So while my chocolate's melting, I'm gonna break apart my beautiful hazelnut praline. Look at this. Look at that. So pretty, it matches my shirt. Okay. Break it into pieces. Truly, this is so gorgeous. Like stained glass. So I'm breaking it into 2-inch pieces. This is gonna make a gorgeous garnish for our frozen mocha. Now, if you don't like hazelnuts, you could swap these out. Maybe use pecans, or peanuts would even be good. Now let's check on our chocolate. Give it a swirl. And then we'll pop it back in. I do have a few little pieces that haven't melted, but if you just give it a stir, it'll usually melt down. I'd rather do it this way than scorch the chocolate because there's really no going back once you scorch the chocolate. And sometimes it just falls into temper, if you're lucky. Look at that, perfect. Okay, so we can dip our pieces of praline. I like to use 2 forks. You can use your hands if you want. Just knock off the excess. And then throw it onto a parchment-lined baking sheet so that it can cool completely. If your chocolate isn't tempered, it's not gonna get hard, completely hard. So you could keep these in the fridge once they're covered in chocolate. But I wouldn't keep the praline in the fridge before that because otherwise the moisture from the fridge will soften the caramel. But these make a beautiful little piece of candy just on their own. So I have my praline here. Now we can serve our frozen mocha. Okay. This is a little bit of melted chocolate left over from dipping my praline. I'm just gonna rim the glasses. It's so fun, it feels really good. Cool. Just putting a fun little ring on our glass. A little something extra to taste as you go in for your frozen mocha. Oops. That's all right, that looks cool. This one was a little messier, I dropped it. So we'll pour in our frozen mocha. It's gotten a little bit thicker, but not so thick like ice cream. Without spilling. Nice. Of course, we have to top it with whipped cream. Ooh. Let's do a good one. Let's add a little more to this one. So fun. Okay, and now we'll garnish it with some of these beautiful pieces of praline. Look at these beautiful frozen mochas.
Whose dish is on the chopping block.
Not so fast, judges. This frozen mocha is unchoppable. It's super fun, unique, and sure to hold its own. Thanks for watching, and remember, don't get chopped.